Hey guys, Crewman here, and I know I've been kind of not on as much because there's really been nothing much to talk about, but I'm going to try to take a different approach to the channel as of late, and I'm going to try to do at least 2 to 3 videos a week now, so you'll see me on a more semi-regular basis, besides like the one video a week I've been barely posting in my Saturday Night Live appearances. So today, Respect.io came into a lot of 170HXs, which is great, especially considering the China tariffs. And they sent me one, and they asked me to talk about their trade-in program. And I said, sure, because I think it is great for miners. And if we're being frank, this and the 50 series are essentially the only GPUs you should be mining with. So one thing they did want to say is they do ship with brackets, which is a good thing, and they are shipping with the EPS connectors. Now, I still have some Deep in the Mines cable sets. If you plan on buying more of these, I think they're the best way to go, especially if you plan on putting them in server cases. I'll have a link down below. And all of my HBM2 GPUs have the Deep in the Mines cable, so I didn't want to shout them out. And they are a sponsor of the channel as well. But this card looks pretty clean, looks in pretty good shape. Definitely looks in better shape than the ones I was getting from China. So I know these definitely came from the U.S., and it's nice that they are in the U.S., which means you won't have to pay tariffs or duties. You can buy these on eBay. I'll have a link down below. But what they really wanted to stress is they're doing a trade-in program. Now, I don't have rates or prices, and I haven't done one myself because I have all the 170HXs I want. But they are willing to take basically any consumer GPU. So if you have 20 series, some older ones like 16 series, I would definitely consider trading them. And even though the 30 series prices are basically incredible right now, you may not want to sell them. So maybe you can negotiate a decent deal to trade the 30 series for these. Look, we're going to be honest. Mining at home is very, very hard. I'm on the precipice of exiting it. I'm still not sure what I want to do yet. But if I was going to home mine, it would basically be this or the 50 series cards. I wouldn't use anything else. Everything else is just going to lose in efficiency and power to basically to the 170HX and the 50 series. I'll have a contact where you can email respect.io to begin the trade-in process, and I have done the trade-in process with them myself. They are pretty good to work with, and they're honest with you. They give you the deal that they're doing, and they're very much upfront about it. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly toss this in the test bench to see which one this is. They told me it's an 8 gig, but they said they could have sent me a 10 gig by mistake. We had a discussion and we went over the value of the 8 gig versus the 10 gig. So when you do request a trade-in, you can request which one you want. I personally recommend the 8 gig because you can flash the awesome BIOS onto it. So let's go ahead and plug this in, see which one it is, and then we'll talk about it a little more. All right, so here we have the 10 gig model they sent me. Now, they did tell me that, as I got the package, they're like, hey, we might have botched the labeling of these. We assumed they were all 8 gig. We didn't realize some were 10. I said, that's not a problem. I will go ahead and showcase the 10 gig model. I did ask them to send me an 8 gig one. We'll see if they send one or not. No big deal either way. But I told them I would go ahead and test the 10 gig model. And what I also want to do with this one is we're going to show you how much power the riser actually takes as well. I think it's important because we were trying to figure out for the Deep in the Mines cables how much power these things actually take from the riser. So that I found that pretty interesting. So we're going to go ahead and show you it, and you can see the overclocks I used for the 10 gig model and how much hash I got. Let's go ahead and show you that, and then we'll go to my final thoughts afterwards. All right, so you can see the efficiency and the hash of the 10 gig model. Now, it's definitely not as good as the 8 gig model with the secret BIOS, but it's still pretty good nonetheless. It's basically, besides the 5070, the best GPU you can buy for crypto mining right now. And the 5070, I don't know if it's as good as this. I'm going to do a video on that in the future. I just got to find one. But anyway, the point of this video is to tell you that Respect.io has a great trade-in program where you can basically trade in any GPU. And I highly recommend doing this if you have older cards that you don't feel like listing, like anything older than 30 series, like 20 series, 16 series, or any AMD GPU that you don't think is worth your time selling. They'll give you, honestly, a pretty fair rate. I used them to trade in some old 40 series GPUs and some Zotac blowers that I didn't feel like selling for 100 210s almost, I don't know, like 6+ months ago. And it felt like it was a pretty good deal. And their values that they gave were honestly pretty fair. Now, obviously, you will get more if you sell them on your own, especially 30 series in this GPU market. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's much more profitable to sell them on your own. But if you don't want to deal with that, it might be worth, at the very least, you hit them up, they give you an offer. If you don't like it, you say no. So again, for anything under 30 series, I would highly recommend this. For 30 series, probably sell them on your own, but it's still worth checking them out. If you don't like their prices, you just don't use them. All right, well, I want to thank Respect.io for sending me this card. They've been a great partner of the channel, and they are a good company to do business with. If you want to buy any of these direct, I'll link their eBay store down below. It'll be an affiliate link, so I will get a commission. Thanks again for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. We're going to try to do videos twice a week now, realistically. GPU mining might be hurting, but if you believe in it still, this is not a bad time to get cards, and this is the best card to get at this point. All right, guys, that's it. The link for Respect.io's trading program is down below. Make sure you check them out. And I will also have a link for the Deep in the Mines cables if you're interested. All right, guys, see you on the next one.